What's up, guys? Today, with our prospect profile, we're going to be looking at one of the best players in this draft just overall, and that is Florida prospect Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts won the John Mackey Award this year, which goes to the nation's best tight end, and he honestly won it by a landslide. Not even close. There's a lot of other talented guys, but Kyle Pitts just blew them away. Incredible prospect, incredible college football player. But what does that mean for you and your Dynasty team? Well, it's exciting, I'll tell you that. So Kyle Pitts is currently my tight end one, and that's pretty consensus. Everybody likes Kyle Pitts. But the advantage that he brings to your fantasy football team is just spectacular. Travis Kelce. Everyone loves having Travis Kelce on their team. Not only because you have a consistent tight end one, but if you look at Travis Kelce's stats each year matched up to wide receivers, he's a top 5 wide receiver year in, year out. I think Kyle Pitts can be that same kind of player where he gives you that edge at the tight end position that makes you always have that advantage over your opponent. And that is worth something. That's worth a lot, actually. So when your rookie draft comes around in your Dynasty League, do not be surprised to see Kyle Pitts taken in the first round of your rookie draft. He is worth it. He is a top 5 wide receiver, receiving prospect in this class. He is the tight end one by far. Doesn't matter if it's tight end premium or not. This guy is a first-round prospect. So let's dive into it. Starting with this catch against Georgia. This is one of his great abilities is that he has soft hands. He can catch the ball over people. And most importantly, you can put him outside. Like I said, he's a top 5 receiving prospect in this class. You can put him outside like a big wide receiver, like a Mike Evans kind of receiver, and watch him work his magic.
5 of Georgia. Georgia with a blitz. Trask going to the end zone. Pitts, touchdown.
My goodness. Great all-player tight ends in the NFL. To me, he's not. He reminds me of the Las Vegas Raiders' Darren Waller.
Oh, yeah.
The 6'6", kind of hybrid.
Yeah, that's impressive. And at 6'6", almost 250 pounds, the size outside is just, it's an unfair matchup for cornerbacks and safeties and linebackers because of his speed. Linebackers can't keep up with him. Kyle Pitts, while not Vernon Davis with a 4.38, is expected to run a 4.4 high or maybe a low 4.5, and that speed is just going to be unstoppable coming up the middle, making him a great safety blanket and great just receiver for any quarterback who's willing to throw over the middle of the field, which most quarterbacks are more willing to throw the middle of the field than the outside of the field, making Kyle Pitts and most tight ends QB proof. So if we look at this next play, he just comes off. He's not in the slot. He's not outside. We've already discussed his ability to be outside, and we've seen it. And most of the times when you think athletic tight end, you don't think they can put their hand in the dirt. Kyle Pitts is going to prove you wrong. He can play out of the line. He can play up tight. And when he comes off the line, he's running just as fast as if he was lined up with his feet and going outside. So let's look at this one. It's pretty nice.
Well, as Trask made the call, a little bit of safety pressure as they bring Jones off the edge. Pierce picks it up. Trask downfield, and with that, here is Pitts. Run, young man, run. Touchdown, Gators. Right now.
Just beautiful job here from Kyle Trask. He made the check before the snap, saw the safety pressure, knew the middle of the deep of a 2-trap, and what do you have? You have a beautiful design. Double Kyle Pitts, and with that safety departing off the hash on the far side, you have that double, the outside in leverage. Sometimes 2 heads aren't better than 1 because they're playing it inside out, and he just goes.
It's really not that hard to be a good tight end in the receiving game. You have to be athletic and able to get open. And as you can see, Kyle Pitts can just run past linebackers and get open. That translates at any level. All right, one last clip we're going to look at. This is Kyle Pitts' ability to catch 50-50 balls. Like the receiver that we talked about last week, Jamar Chase, Kyle Pitts is no slouch in the 50-50 balls, and they're almost always leveraged in his direction. It's more like an 80-20 ball. Kyle Pitts is strong at the point of attack. He has a great frame that we talked about earlier, 6'6", long arms, and strong hands. So let's see this one against Alabama.
Florida drive. They need to score pretty quickly with only 2 timeouts left. Trask going to the end zone. Pitts has got it. Touchdown, Florida. It's not over yet.
Brian Branch on the play, number 14. There's the matchup. See if he doesn't get his hand on him as the ball's in the air. His left hand kind of, not enough. Tugged him a little bit, but not enough to make the call. From up here, I thought he kind of flung him down, but second look, no way.
Man, great body control, great reach. He's going to make some quarterback and offensive coordinator very happy. He's not just your prototypical tight end. Like I said, he's incredible in the receiving game, but he does need to improve with the run blocking. He's not bad at run blocking. He's not somebody that you cannot put their hand on the ground, but he's definitely a little inconsistent, often releasing his man a little too early. But luckily, that's probably not going to be asked of Kyle Pitts very often. Whenever he's on the field, he's going to be looking for the ball, and the offense is going to be trying to get the ball in his hands. Because once he gets the ball, he's taken off downfield. He's very fast. He's not kind of the guy to make you miss, though. He's not going to create a lot of highlight plays in the open field where he jukes around someone, makes them miss, and keeps going. He has great straight line speed, but once you get him going sideways, it's a little bit slower. But if we look at where he's going to go going forward, what's he going to do? The NFL Combine's up in the air right now, which would be really sad if they cancel the Combine. But for Kyle Pitts, I don't think it really matters. This guy has run away with the tight end 1 label of this class. Honestly, if he did nothing else, his draft stock would be totally fine. He's a top 15 pick right now as a tight end. That's impressive. So I expect Kyle Pitts to really take it easy. I would love to see him test and get some great numbers out there, but there's so much space between him and the next tight ends that he can just take it easy. He can conserve himself and just play it safe for his health. And I think that's probably a good idea right now with the craziness that is this 2021 offseason. Might be similar to the 2020 offseason. If we look at landing spots, because everybody wants to know landing spots. And I'll be honest, I think Kyle Pitts is kind of landing spot proof. Whatever team he goes to, he's going to be a top player at his position. The receiving ability is just too high. For a tight end, he just doesn't play like a tight end should catch the ball. But if we're looking at specific landing spots, there's a couple out there. Now, some people will try to tell you that New England Patriots should draft Kyle Pitts. And yeah, sure, that sounds great. Bill Belichick with another great tight end. But they spent 2 third-round picks last year on tight ends, and they have way too many holes in their team this year to spend a luxury pick like that in the first round. They have a lot that they need to work on, and that pick could be much better spent in a different position. But as to teams that could realistically pick up Kyle Pitts in the draft, he's going to be a top 15 pick, like I said, anywhere from 5 to 20, somewhere in that direction, but usually the early teens. So one of the greatest spots for him would be the Los Angeles Chargers. Hunter Henry's on a franchise tag. He played this year on a franchise tag, and it's unlikely they franchise tag him again. And yeah, they can sign him to a long-term deal, but sitting at their pick, at the 13th overall pick, would be a great spot to pick up Kyle Pitts, draft him, set him up with your quarterback of the future, Justin Herbert, and that would be a great combo up the middle for the next 4 years. You're giving your quarterback, your franchise quarterback, one of the best receiving prospects in this class at a position where you don't always have the best receivers. The Chargers would do really well to have Kyle Pitts working with Justin Herbert. And another team that could use Kyle Pitts but isn't as likely to draft Kyle Pitts is the Carolina Panthers. Ian Thomas just hasn't been spectacular. He was invisible all year, whether it was because of his talent or maybe Joe Brady's scheme, I'm not sure. But Kyle Pitts with Joe Brady, wow, that is salivating. Because like we've talked about, Kyle Pitts isn't just your prototypical tight end with his hand in the dirt at the end of the line. This guy can be moved in the slot. He can be moved outside. It doesn't matter. He runs routes like a wide receiver. So if Joe Brady could have Kyle Pitts to move around on his offense, we could see some spectacular rookie year statistics. And then one last spot, I call this one a little sneaky for Kyle Pitts, is the Tennessee Titans. Corey Davis is a free agent, as well as every single other tight end on their roster. Jonnu Smith, Anthony Fursker, Jeff Swaim. All these guys are free agents this year, which means the Titans need to draft a tight end unless they're going to extend Jonnu Smith. And what better replacement for Jonnu Smith than a better version of him in Kyle Pitts? Kyle Pitts is bigger, he's faster, he's more athletic. Maybe, we'll see. But Kyle Pitts is just an incredible tight end. He would do well with the Tennessee Titans, who love those athletic players who can create yards after the catch. Look for it. It's a sneaky landing spot. Be a bit of a drop to the, I believe they're like the 20th, 21st pick now, but watch out for it. It could happen. So that's my prospect review on Kyle Pitts. We hit you with this every week here at dynastyowner.com. It's an incredible place. Make sure you check out new leagues opening up this spring. And I'm Nate Christian. You can follow me at Nate NFL. You can follow Dynasty Owner at Dynasty_owner on Twitter. Make sure you like and subscribe, and take care till next week. I got another good prospect for you guys. I promise.